Howdy, howdy, howdy. It is Sunday evening, the 26th of April. This is episode 6 of The Great Satan. I'm joined this evening with Nicholas Morgan Moore. Morgan Moore. Say hi to the people, Mr. Nicholas.
Hi, people.
Hell yeah. We're getting like a little bit of a scratchiness every now and then, but it's not that bad, I think.
Yeah, you're a little scratchy on my end, but I'm going to do my best.
Awesome. Yeah, Zoom is actually kind of shitty. People think it's great. It's mediocre. It's okay. It's great, like in terms of ease of use. I would say it is very, very, very good. But in terms of like actual quality, it's not as good as other services. That's for damn sure.
I hadn't heard of it before like a week or two ago, and then just like this past week, everyone has been using it, and I downloaded it yesterday for this.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, thank you for downloading this app that's probably giving your geotags to the CIA or something.
No, worse, selling them to Target.
Yeah, Target. Yeah, exactly. When fascism comes to America, it's usually done very privately. So you are a comedian.
Yes, I'm Nick Morganmore. I'm a comedian.
And one of the ways you get material is with a book, and not a book like I use, where I write my jokes down and then tell the jokes. You give the audience the books. Would you like to tell people about that, or would you like me to? But either
No, you're doing fine. You're nailing it.
way. You give the book to people, and then you tell them a thing, and then they do a thing with the book. So sometimes they do the thing correctly and give you good prompts for improvisational comedy when you get on stage, and sometimes they don't.
Yeah, and that's fine too.
Yeah,
I'm not going to point the finger. You can't point the finger too hard when that happens, because then you scare people away from writing in your book. So
right.
I just have people, I try and make it open, write anything, say anything. And then just if it reminds me of a story, or if it makes me think of something funny, or if I can yell about it in some way, then usually people will laugh. And I think maybe that's what comedy is, since that's what works.
Yeah. So I had a really fun idea that I was going to do. Well, it's fun. Like most fun ideas, it's still just an idea, so it may not actually be that fun.
Yeah.
But I was trying to find a randomizer for Quora questions, but I came across this weird article called some like random, what's the most random questions on Quora? And then there's a ton of other articles where people just make listicles of Quora questions like they're doing journalism to get people to click these links.
To get us started, I actually thought of a great question today. Maybe I'll hit you with it to see sort of how you feel. This is sort of like, if somebody wrote this question in my book, I'd really like them, and I'd pull them aside after the show, and I'd be all like, "Good question."
Yeah.
All right. So
Well,
Kurt Vonnegut wrote a short story called Harrison Bergeron,
yes.
and there was a 1995 movie made of it starring Sean Astin, which is awesome. I've been in quarantine. All I've been doing is watching sci-fi, so I'm now onto obscure early 90s stuff, and it's great.
Right.
Okay, so in Harrison Bergeron, everybody is made equal by like the 213th Amendment of the United States, which dictates that all men are not born equal. It is the mandate of the state to make them so. So everybody has to have a handicap to make them more normal, make them more average, make them more pulled to the middle, make them an idiot.
Right.
So in the story, people have to listen to headphones that play weird noises every couple seconds, and if you're fast, you have to have weights on your legs. Jason Fifi, in order to make you normal, in order to average you down, what handicap would they have to put upon you?
I mean, they'd have to chop at least 3 inches of dick off of this Joker. That's the first thing.
Yeah.
I'm I'm a surprisingly fast runner.
Yeah.
Um,
Weights on each leg.
Yeah, I'd have to get definitely have to get some ankle weights, which I have. I can just put them on. Uh,
Hmm.
but intelligence wise, like, because I think IQ is such a stupid thing.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's not really that good a measure. Like,
yeah. Uh,
yeah,
that honestly, it's like that's one of the interesting things about that one is because it's like the people that made the rules up don't know what being smart's like anyway. Like that is what being smart is, kind of like having a radio screaming at you all the time. But
exactly. Yeah,
so um I don't know, it's like earplugs to like focus that shit up a little bit maybe would help. Um tighten stuff to the middle maybe. I don't know on the intelligence part like what would help, but uh
yeah.
yeah, they would definitely have to slow me down a little bit, and I don't know how they handle genital stuff.
Yeah. Well, for me, they'd have to add 3 inches of dick length, just like with a cock sheath or something, just
Yeah,
to
you
get
can
me.
just have mine. You can have the extra.
From there, what we do is, I'm pretty average. You know, they don't need to do shit to me. Maybe like I'm pretty good at talking, to be honest. Like at stand up and stuff. Listeners, don't judge this. My only audience member is Jason Fifi and my cat judging me from the other room. So like, I
Right,
have no energy to feed from.
right,
And unless Lily starts screaming, which case I can deal with that.
right.
But I'm okay at talking, so if they could like slow my tongue down, like they'd have to be like, Nick, you're only allowed 5 words per minute in order to bring you down to the average level of hilarity, and so then I'd
Right.
have to choose my words super good.
Or to do, but you have like you have an Australian accent that slows you down a little bit, so they'd have to actually speed you up, right? Don't you have a slowed down accent?
Yeah, yeah, that is true. That's how good I am, Jason.
Yeah,
Like the titular character in Harrison Bergeron, I've not only adapted to my handicap, but I've used it to overcome. The
right.
slowing down of my speech from my accent has caused me to reach into depths of my soul to find the hilarity therein and to expose the truth thereof.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah,
Uh, yeah. Well, that is kind of like how privilege works and how handicapping or handicap works. Is makes
yeah.
you It makes you better if you don't have all the privileges sometimes. So, well, hell yeah. I've never seen the movie Harrison Bergeron. I would like to see that. I remember reading it a long time ago. I should
Yeah,
check.
yeah. I've been searching deep cuts for weird early sci-fi. I've been trying to find the Vonnegut stuff, but it's hard to find that stuff because it's from the early '60s. But I found Harrison Bergeron on YouTube of all places. They have a full cut of it, so check that out.
Hell yeah. Well, I'll definitely be watching that this week then. Um, well, no, that one's a stupid question. There was one that was, are hippos friendly? Uh,
According to world history, no. They will snap you up. You know, my little sister like found out that hippopotamuses kill a significant number of people every year.
yeah,
More than they like more than sharks, aren't they? They're pretty high up there on the human to murder ratio. Well, she found that out, and then she no longer trusted hippopotamuses. This little girl who had a number of stuffed hippopotamuses decided to call them all traitors and lock them up. So
love it. Yeah, no, they're not. They're not your friends. They're very territorial. Unlike, I mean, sharks are very territorial too, but their territory is the water, and we don't really go. We don't
exactly. That's
generally in the water. Whereas hippos, they go wherever the fuck they want, and then
yeah,
humans try to go there. That's our big problem.
yeah, that's a thing that I ascribe to. Like, I'm not the giantest hippie in the world, but I don't like killing stuff. And my whole thing is like, don't come into my house, and I won't go into your house. So like, if there's a snake in my house, I'm gonna try and put it out of my house and into its house, which is the outside of my house. If
Right,
there's fire, I'm gonna try and put it onto the outside of my house.
right. Yeah, exactly. Um, and yeah, I think with animals, the big, the whole castle doctrine thing doesn't make a lot of sense with human property, but it makes a lot of sense with nature. We're
Hmm.
like, look, just that's their space. They get that space, right?
Yeah, you're not going to get sat on by an elephant if you don't go into an elephant's backyard and look like a couch.
Yeah, don't look so much like an elephant couch. One of the questions was, can hippos mate with cattle? And nobody has answered it yet.
Uh, I think what happened is a whale fucked a cow, and that's where the hippo came from.
Right. So if we could find that original cow-sized whale-sized cow, then that hippo.
There's some big cows. Like on the meat farms, they've got like cows that weigh almost like 2 tons. So, don't mess around. Are you googling largest cow?
Yeah, the Holstein is 6 foot 2.8 inches.
Mm-hmm.
It was named Blossom, and it died in 2015 at the age of 13. That motherfucker is big. 6 foot 2.8 inches is big.
Yeah.
Cows can run 25 miles per hour. That's pretty fast for that much meat.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
I mean, do they have a weight on that cow there?
that one I'm not seeing one, but the males can grow to 2,500 pounds. Let's see what this specific. Holy shit! They have a picture of it standing next to other cows, and it's just like towering over them. Holsteins. Okay, with the Blossom one. What was it? Okay, Britain's biggest bull was 7 feet tall and weighed 4,000 pounds.
There you go. Like, so some of these cows, they're the size of a small whale or a medium size, like, Yeah, so like,
if there was like a really horny hippo lady, and
Jason, did we just answer the question of why whales beach themselves? They beach themselves because they want to get banged out by giant cows.
That's
or
or
hippos. Hippo babies.
Or hippos. They're horny for hippos.
Yeah.
They want to go get deep dicked by a hippo.
Hippo on one end, sea lion on the other.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they're gonna do the I almost said human centipede, but it's not human.
The animal kingdom centipede.
Yeah, the animal kingdom centipede.
It's a circle of life.
It's like a roll of sausages. They're all like twisted together. Like, can hippos bite crocodile in half? Yes. Oh, can hippos be bred to be more amiable?
Well, didn't Taft have pet hippos? And aren't like a bunch of the hippos in zoos in the United States genetically descended from Taft hippos?
Yes, I would say, yeah, that's a great, yeah, there you go. So they're not
the pygmy hippo.
They're not, I think that's more environment though. I think they learn that they don't have any territory and there's nothing to defend, so they don't fight anything over it. Which is that's my position with landlords. Like, we don't have to kill them. You just have to make them not have any territory, and then they won't be violent anymore,
True. Well, the pygmy hippo has also been reduced in size, so it's less of a physical threat against us. So, like, I feel the same with the landlords. Let's just shrink them down.
If you made a landlord a teacup-sized landlord.
Yeah. That's right. Like, he's not going to fuck with you then. He's not going to like withhold utilities and be a slumlord because like you could punch him out into a teacup and then he'd be stuck.
Exactly. That's what Mao didn't really understand, is that we don't want to be violent. We gotta, we just gotta shrink them down. We can do this a much more peaceful way, and we can keep the landlords fed very well. Can music cause a candle to light?
Hey, listen. We're talking about hippos, all right? We had 17 hippos in a row, and now you're asking me questions about music. I think I'm not a scientist, but like sound waves, if they get like heavy enough, do you reckon they could spark there'd need to be an accelerant on the wick?
Yeah. So music, it depends on what they mean by music.
Yeah, it wouldn't be like what you could listen to. It would need to be like a high burst of sound.
Yeah, and then so it wouldn't just need to be a high burst of sound. It would need to be a high burst of sound moving at a frequency that maybe some kind of like kindling vibrates at,
Yeah, then there would need to be an accelerant. The music alone won't do it.
and then it's vibrating the kindling up against itself, right? And then that starts on fire. That it could cause friction if there's something that can vibrate fast enough. So that could happen, but that's not music so much as
That's more like a microwave. I mean,
that actually, I think I just invented the microwave. Yeah.
Yeah, magnetron. So
With instead of using whatever light.
you could microwave a candle. Yes.
Yes, you definitely could microwave a candle with music. Which animal would win in a fight between a rhino and a hippo?
Ooh. I think the rhino. The rhinos are larger. Rhinos are bloody huge. You forget how big rhinos are, and then you go to the zoo and you're like, that's a fucking dinosaur.
Yeah, they are very, very big.
Yeah.
However, hippos are also very, very big.
Yeah, that's true.
Um,
This is where it comes to location. Are they fighting in a field or in water? Because rhinos don't like going in the water so much, and hippos, they can go in and out, but they thrive in the water. That's where they kill people, is in the water.
exactly. And yeah, their legs are a lot more sturdy. Rhinos are actually kind of like on tiny little spindle legs compared to hippo legs. So they're faster on the land by a long shot, but the hippos got the water game. Rhinos have a way bigger horn though. That big horn is got some distance on it. I mean, hippos don't have horns at all, but those horns can be fucking big on a rhino. There are videos of there's no video evidence of a rhino ever defeating a hippo. Hippos basically win all around, is what they're saying.
Yeah.
Even though they don't have a horn, yeah, because a rhino would have to like get it in the side, right? So it'd have to be so fast that they're coming head on, and it's able to like juke around real funny, and then you know.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, there is one where they're saying rhino wins when in a roast battle. Rhinos are apparently very mean and funny. So, okay, good. What should you do if a hippo is chasing you?
I mean, like, just kiss your ass goodbye.
Yeah. Now I just looked up the hippo's top speed really quickly. I could outrun a hippo for a short distance. A hippo only goes 30 kilometers per hour.
Oh, yeah.
So as long as we didn't run more than 1 mile, I could probably only sustain 20 miles per hour for about a half mile.
Yeah. No, I couldn't. I'm fucked. So, like, I'm already gone. I've already turned around and pled my case and accepted my fate. You're making a good run for it while I'm taking it.
Yeah, like Usain Bolt, his like record for his like super fast was like 27.8, like 28, 29 miles per hour. So if he and I are both running from the hippo would catch me first.
Yeah, because you'd be on Hussein's Bolt wrapped around like a little backpack.
Oh yes, exactly.
So the hippo would get you before it gets him. Yeah.
Yeah, I would just hold on to him, and then he would run away, and then he would like throw me off.
Where'd I get this backpack from? Fifi.
Yeah. Fifi. Yeah. I have almost 200 pounds of person on me. Okay, more. So many people are answering this question without knowing anything. They're just like, you could look on the bright side and be thankful. That's the way to go.
No, for real. In the scenario where you've become Hussein's Bolt backpack, I've actually gotten through the rhinoceros, bonded with him, and then decided, hey, fuck you, Fifi, for leaving me here. Now I'm chasing you on the back of the rhinoceros.
Right. Actually, that's the move, is to get with the
Yeah.
rhino. That's called
Yeah.
forming allegiances. That's what you got to do.
Like, I'm on your side. That's what we're doing here. Like, no need to be like, you don't need to kill me if I'm on your side.
Right. There you go. And then, yeah, the hippo, it's definitely not going to attack the rhino, unless the rhino's hanging out somewhere it doesn't want it to be. I don't know. So there's a lot of like who will win in a fight questions, and I don't want to do those. I wanted to kind of stay on hippos for a second. Okay. This one's great because it starts out like a joke. A polar bear, a rhino, and a hippo all walk into a bar. Who walks out alive? Well, their question is who walks out alive, but let's just do this as a joke for a while. A polar bear, a rhino, and a hippo all walk into a bar. The bartender, the bartender says,
what the fuck?
yeah, the bartender says, fancy seeing you guys here. You're going to need to move away from the door. It's a violation of fire code for you to be standing blocking the exit, because y'all are huge. And
meanwhile, a rabbi, a Zen Buddhist, and a priest are at a table shaking their heads, going, come on, guys, like, respect the rules.
Yeah, exactly. And then the door like swings because it's one of those saloon doors.
Yeah, and then the polar bear orders a Bundy and rum because he's the mascot for the Bundaberg Rum Company in Australia.
Okay. Well, hell yeah.
Is there any hippo beer? Do you know of any hippo beer?
Let's hippo beer. Let's see what hippo beer is about.
Hippo beer and rhino beers. We need to find what they're drinking.
Hippo beer. Found a couple. This one's actually. That's a root beer. That doesn't count. Albany Park Brew Pub has a Black Umbrella and a Malolid and the Bees Sleaze. It's a mead.
So he's ordering hipster craft beers, is what you're telling me. He's
like, what's
the IPA?
Yeah, I don't like this hippo anymore.
Get me an IPA that has like cannons in it or some shit.
Yeah. There's a brewing company called White Rhino Brewing.
I've heard of them. I think they're a little more down to earth. I think this is a down to earth beer. He's just like, give me a bottle of, the down to earth White Rhino beer.
Yeah, let's like be people here.
Yeah.
I like that guy.
Like immediately the Bundy rum bear and the rhino are like, all right, like we're cool. This fuckwit over here, is he about to pitch us on a multi-level marketing scheme? What the hell?
Right. Yeah, he's a tech bro. The hippo is a tech bro.
Like sure. we're either going to hear about the latest cryptocurrency in detail, or we're going to be pitched on an MLM.
Right. Either way, we just have to wait about 45 minutes before this guy tries to invite us to the bathroom to do coke. So that's what we're all about.
Yeah, that's a given.
Yeah, that's why we just let the hippo hang out. So cool. Everybody's answers to this are ridiculous. Like, they're bonkers ridiculous. Oh, did you know when a baby hippo is too small to swim, the adult, they don't pick it up from the back of the neck like a cat or a dog that has to move their babies around. They pick it up around its whole midsection. They like scoop it up and then they grab it. So its head is like right here facing, like, it's like looking down at the back of the hippo. Yeah. It's pretty gnarly. Yeah, hippos actually rock. They're not awful like their beer. All these people want to know who's going to win in a fight between hippos and rhinos and basically everything. They're rewording that question like a million ways. Who's going to fight? Who's going to win in a fight between a hippo and a polar bear? Who's going to win in a fight between a lion, a crocodile, and a hippo? Who's going to win in a fight? An elephant, a hippo, or a rhino? Who's going to win in a fight? A bear, an elephant, a gorilla, a hippo, a lion, a rhino, and a tiger if they fought each other in a round-robin tournament.
Yeah, I'm happy to sidestep some fighting stories, some fighting questions. I like coming up with them,
Yeah.
but if you're going to come up with them, you can't just give them like that. I think somebody once asked me what, like, I was doing the question for them, so I gave it to them as who would win in a fight between a military trained quokka or a fire ant that learned jujitsu, and they're both like human size.
And what was the answer?
Oh, like the quokka, of course. The quokka, like the fire ant's like, I know jujitsu, bro, and the quokka's like, military trained, bro, marsupial, made to survive. You can't even bite through my skin. Snap.
Right. That's a good point. Yeah, I think that pretty well handles it.
Yeah.
That's the weirdest thing when people were like, what was it, the Reddit losers that were like, would you fight a horse that's the size
Of
of
a duck the size of a horse,
right,
or 100 horses each the size of a duck.
right. And that's like the tiny horses. You kick the tiny horses.
I heard a really good answer for it though that like turned it on its head.
Okay.
They were like, if you stomp on all of these horses, like you can stomp on like 98 tiny horses. You can
Right.
stomp on 99 tiny horses, but like once you've stomped on 99 tiny horses, there's one tiny horse left who's an underdog, who's just watched his family and friends all slaughtered, who the audience is now cheering for. You're the heel. You've become the villain in the story. You're fucked.
Yeah. Well, that's okay. So in fiction writing, yes.
Yeah.
Like in a kung fu movie.
In the real world where there's giant horse-sized ducks.
Well, that's a good point. It would be in a fiction world, I guess. So yeah, you would definitely want. But then, I mean, a duck is fucking crazy strong, and then to make it weigh a ton, it's gonna kill everything. There's nothing that could take it. I think a horse-sized duck could probably fuck up a hippo.
Oh yeah, I'll give you that one. Like I reckon there's big swans that could give them a run for their money. Like not even going to a world of unreality.
Yeah.
Like a full-sized Canada goose, like lands on the back of a hippo. Hippo doesn't like it. What's he gonna do about it?
Yeah.
Get punked at. Get pecked.
Yeah. Also, this dude can fly. Like you're not fucking with flying.
Right?
Yeah, he can fly.
He will shit on your house. He will shit on your head. He will shit on your head every day.
Yeah. A ton of flying thing. A thing that flies. Do penguins fly? That's a really dumb question. It's basically like what do you define as flying? It's like, if you don't define flying as swimming, then no, they don't fly.
Yeah.
And who would say that swimming is flying?
Or if they're tramping, they fly into the sheets with the latest seal that they met on the street,
Right. This has been a real bestiality heavy episode.
Oh, it's going to get worse. Don't worry.
At
least I have the common decency of anthropomorphizing animals before I make them perform bestiality.
That's a good point. And it's not bestiality. You're making animals fuck other animals, which is just in your imagination. That's not so bad.
Hey, worse. I'm putting it in the listener's imagination. It's my gift to them to get them through this trying time.
This one's depressing. Do people eat penguins? And the answer, I already know the answer is yes. I've read of lots of cases of that happening.
Yeah.
But we're not, we weren't supposed to. It's not nice.
Yeah, like the places where humans and penguins overlap is not a fucking huge amount. So like for somebody to go eat a penguin, they have to just like wake up real early in the morning, strap on a pair of shoes, set out for a 15-month trek to the Antarctic. Where are penguins, Jason?
Yeah, Antarctic. Well, there are different kinds of penguins all over the place, but
And I know it's Antarctica because they actually sometimes come to the southern tip of Australia and New Zealand. There was a penguin walked into Hobart.
Yep. And he told the bartender, "I'd like a salty chihuahua."
The bartender was like, "Oh shit, this penguin can talk. Somebody make him a fruity cocktail like he just ordered."
Yeah. He wanted a really strong margarita, basically. Um, yeah, people shouldn't eat penguins.
Yeah,
They're very yeah. There was a Australian guy. I don't remember his name. Maybe you'll remember this story. But the Australian government kept trying to make him stop um, grinding penguins up for their oil.
what?
Yeah, because like a whale is pretty hard to find, and then you gotta like use several dudes to be like honk, and then like pull it on the boat, and then you cut it up into little pieces, and then you
Penguins you can catch with a sack. You just need a sack.
not even they'd like ran them like cattle into two fences, and then they just like push them through the thing, and then they would like walk right into this grinder.
Oh man, I hope that person has dick cancer.
He's been dead for probably a long, like 100 years at least.
Dick
Um,
cancer?
I hope so. I hope he died of the worst kind of dick cancer. I think his eyeballs dick got cancer, so he got dick cancer of the eyeball.
Yeah, yeah.
So made that an uplifting story. But he fought the Australian government for like decades because they kept being like, "Hey, we've got all these scientists saying that you're grinding up thousands of penguins," and he's like, "They like it."
They like it. They love their grindy time. They love jumping in the grindy boy.
Yeah,
Grindy boy go purr.
he did say, he did kind of say like he can't even stop them. He was like, "There's so many of them that the numbers." It actually increases their numbers when I let some of them go into the grindy boy, because then the other males have better chances of mating. Like, so he's
They
talking
just throw themselves in there. I turned it off, they turned it on, and just kept jumping in.
give me that switchback. Come on.
He went on to write the video game Lemmings.
Yes, it was exactly like Lemmings. Yes. He had bombs and shit. I don't know how that game worked, but yeah, people were eating them for a long time, and then he tried to make it like, basically made it like uncool to eat it because the oil was like flammable and you could use it in makeup and all kinds of other shit. And like, so he actually didn't want people coming to like raise them agriculturally because he, saw his profits as like selling at low price instead of selling individual high price ones because it's too much labor.
Yeah.
Pretty disgusting dude.
That's capitalism for you.
Yeah, basically.
Let's just keep grinding this thing out until it's extinct rather than showing care and appreciation and actually getting a return.
Yeah, exactly. They're still to this day, they're not to the numbers that they were. They'll never go back to being the numbers they were, but that's also like climate, so we can't expect them ever to. But
we've fucked this planet.
Yeah, we've done some real good stuff, man. Eskimos won't eat penguins even if starving. Also, don't put this question because they lose their appetite when referred to by their pejorative Eskimos.
Yeah,
don't say that. It's a top question or top answer. Also, they don't live there.
Yeah.
And I imagine import taxes on penguins would be very high. That's a great answer.
Mm-hmm.
Good job, pedantic guy on Quora, for telling people not to say the E word. Why can't Eskimos eat penguin eggs for breakfast? Again, I bet the top answer is going to be the same.
Yeah.
Man, there's like 4 different versions of that. Why can't Eskimos eat penguin egg? Is it true Eskimos eat raw meat? Like, there's a bunch of the word Eskimo in the questions. I hope all the top answers are like, stop saying Eskimo. As,
Yeah, please.
uh, uh, oh, how would you cook and eat a chipmunk?
Like, yeah, yeah, just like pretty easily, probably. It's not a hard one. You can catch a chipmunk with a pillowcase, just swing him around, hit him on the ground a few times.
Yeah, I bet it would be really easy.
Yeah, just jam a stick in his ass, put him over a fire, done.
Oh man, one of the answers was just a picture of a really cute chipmunk, and it said, "Please don't." Um, yeah, they are cute, but pigs are cute, and I like them.
Mm, true, but pigs are bastards. Have you ever interacted with a pig?
Yes.
I mean, besides the routine traffic stuff.
Oh no. No, yeah, pigs are fucking assholes. Like that's why
Yeah.
we call cops pigs. Like
I once had pigs and horses in the same pen, and you can't have pigs and horses in the same pen.
no.
Turns out a pig will fuck up a horse,
Wow. Yeah, that's back to the like rhino and hippo thing.
right?
Just raw size and power
Like
versus
the pigs want to charge in and eat all of the food, and the horses are bigger, stronger. Arguably, no, they're not smarter, and then the pigs will just run in, bite them, drive them out of there, and eat all their food,
damn fucking dicks.
right?
Um yeah, I think they kind of like, well, not they, but I think the animal farm animals are kind of fucked up. Like the what animals they had do what.
Yeah.
Uh,
How would you recast Animal Farm?
um, I mean, I think the pigs kind of work out, but the pigs are supposed to be the pigs in real life and also in like so in revolutionary like Soviet children's literature, like the Little Red Hen, um the hen in and the family of hens, like the family of chickens or whatever, is the workers.
Hmm.
And the cow and like, so the cow doesn't do anything. The pig and the rat and the dog and the cat, right? Those are your four animals. And the pig is the violent arm of uh, capital, which is the state, right? So the pig is the pig, like,
It'll work out.
what we call the pig. So they would do all the pig shit, the shit that pigs do, right?
Hmm.
Um, and then yeah, the dog. I think it was like the dog's the politician, like the cat is like the small business owner, and like micro feudalists or whatever you want to call that, like the landlords and all that.
Yeah.
And I think the rat just like snuck around and took stuff. So like the rat was supposed to be like non-working capitalist, and sorry, not even non-working capitalist, but like black market capital.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Like,
Pulling money off of the regular market onto the black market.
right, exactly. So like they're 100% tied together. They're still against the worker, but then also, the
And the
pig
amount
does.
of crossover of that line in reality is not surprising at all.
Right. Yep. Exactly. Basically, I think I just would make horses I wouldn't make horses the bad guy or good guy,
Yeah.
or whatever. So,
Horses are too stupid to be the bad guy.
right. Yeah. Exactly. And pigs are bad guys anyway. So
Oh yeah. Yeah. Like just swap out the horses for the geese. Fuck gooses.
there we go. Yeah. There we go. Um, can you smoke chocolate?
You can smoke anything.
Yeah. Um, huh. Oh, they didn't mean it like that. They meant,
And then like smoked salmon, smoked chocolate.
yeah, you could, and I think we'll go with the same answer. If it's porous, you can smoke it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could inject it with smoky flavor. I want to say when the non-glycol it's called, yeah, a non-glycogen herb smoker, right? Or herb vaporizer rather, was invented for like for high-end chefing, like doing cooking stuff. uh
Yeah, to infuse smoky flavor.
yeah, they made like super spicy chocolate, and they made it have weed smoke in it,
Nice.
which makes kind of a lot of sense. So it'd be like spicy and chocolatey and and weedy.
Oh
Uh,
yeah.
so that's fun. How can you? Ooh, this will be a good one because I don't do the drugs.
Hmm.
So this one's fun. How would you get high without using weed?
On my own sense of self accomplishment.
Yeah, unironically, running is really similar to. Um, I have smoked the marijuanas before in my life. Um, I'm not a complete teetotaler, but running, unironically, when I run afterwards, you know, do a little bit of a recovery meal or something, I will get very similar high feelings. Um,
As a comedian, crushing on stage is like doing a mixture of every drug that's also been touched by heaven and turned into sweet ambrosia of the gods.
yeah,
Like, there's
I
nothing
can,
that really compares to just bringing it all together on stage and making it slap.
yeah. Yes, absolutely. I compare that to uppers too because it makes it so booze stops doing anything, which is great.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
like, yeah, instantly sobers you up, which is pretty tight.
Yeah.
Um,
Also, you can lick cane toads. I've heard that that gets you real fucked up. So like either run, do stand up, or lick a cane toad, and you'll get right where you need to be.
yeah, that sounds about right. This person was saying if you pee in a cup of Comet house cleaner, it'll make a thing that makes you get high. Um,
They like immediately go to Jenkum. They're like, oh yeah, can't get weed, take a shit in a jar, bury it. All right, wait 2 weeks, get ready, open it up, huff that shit, see visions.
Boom, done. Wow, this person needs to get this taken down. This is gnarly. This one's talking about sleep deprivation, and talking about how to do it without too many drugs.
Whoa.
Then nitrous, where to get nitrous for whipped cream making. Hyperventilate for like it's a big list of like how to do that stuff. Pills that you can get at the store, and this guy's got a huge list of stuff that has Valium in it.
What?
Not gonna read off what those are. It's
Like
Valium.
these are supposed to be silly fun questions, and all of a sudden they're like, "Oh, by the way, you can go and get whipped cream charges from your local adult store."
Yeah, well, they're talking about wholesale, like getting it in big cases,
Uh,
where the adult store gets them. But the pills one is what's freaking me out. Then things to smoke. Um, uh, okay, smash them with a hammer. Okay, and smoke them in a pipe. Oh, they're talking about taking cloves out of the spice rack and smashing them and smoking straight cloves.
out of a crack pipe.
Yeah. Basically out of a crack pipe. Yeah, they're saying you can make it out of a Coke can and
Yeah,
um
just smoke
nutmeg,
through a coke can. Uh,
uh and then alcohol. Like places to get alcohol if you're not allowed to buy it. That's that's not good.
yeah, these are good questions, bro.
Yeah, I don't like this guy.
These
Uh,
questions are telling me more about the person asking them than about myself.
yeah. Um, over the counter drugs, huffing Sharpies. What is getting high on painkillers like? Can sniffing glue sticks get you high? No, it cannot. Glue sticks use what do you call it? They use a gluten bond or protein bond glue, not chemical.
Yeah, it's basically flour and water.
Yeah, exactly. It's a wheat paste or protein powder and water. Yep. How fat are chickens that love to drink hippo juice?
Oh man, this has gotten silly. Where are you on the internet? You're on the dark web, aren't you?
Yeah. Why do chickens drink but never pass urine? Because they only have one hole.
Yeah, they got a cloaca.
Yeah. So that's a
They
pretty
just
easy one.
cloaca.
A lot of Quora is just stuff people should have Googled.
Yeah.
So, bosses, what the fuck? Oh, questions about, okay, this one's going to be, I got to put this one in the old Favorinos, stuff about bosses. Those are always really funny. Every day when I leave work, my boss says, leaving early, to which I replied to today as I did my 8 hours. And he said, well, you are salary. What? I do my work, don't use my computer for anything other than work, and work from home. What's his deal? That's not a question. He's just bitching like about his boss.
Your boss is a dickhead and you're a bitch. Sorry.
Yeah. You're acting like a cuck, and now you're bitching at us about it.
Yes, your boss is a dickhead, but he's walking all over you because you ask questions like this.
Right. You're asking us this question instead of him. Ask him the
yes,
question.
exactly.
Yeah.
Emotionally validate me.
Yeah. Either get off salary or, whatever. One's about like, oh, here we go. Common fridge. This is awesome. My boss is always taking part of my food in the common fridge. I told him I didn't like that, and now I buy my food separate to avoid it. Am I a skinflint? What?
I love you, Jason. You're like, this is a great question. Proceeds to ask terrible questions.
Am I a skinflint? I mean, what makes it a great question is that it's a horrible question. Am I a skinflint? No, your boss is stealing from you, and then you're going to go to the internet to be like, am I the asshole for not giving my boss all this food to steal?
Yep. Already propping up their small business with your labor. You don't need to feel bad about taking literal food out of his mouth.
Yeah, I would tell that boss, man, yeah, me and Mal would have some things to say to that boss.
Yep. Hypothetically, just steal. Hypothetically, just steal from your boss. If they're not paying you what you're worth, hypothetically, just steal some stuff on moral principles.
Yeah, so pawn the printer and buy a year's supply of soda pop, and then let the boss steal some of it too. Who gives a fuck? Just steal. Yeah, there's like a $4,800 copy machine.
Exactly.
Right there. Just fucking get unlimited chicken quesadillas. You don't have to buy your own food. Look, the metal core doors on most office buildings are worth like $400 a pop.
Right. You can get them off with a screwdriver.
Easy. So easy. Call up old Sneaky Steve.
Yeah. Just come down on a Friday.
Yeah. Yeah.
Make sure it's not the boss from the first question, or else he'll still be hanging around expecting everyone to work.
What are you doing here so late? I don't know.
Door inspectors here to take a look at your doors.
Ooh, I saw my coworker jogging after they had called in sick. Should I tell my boss?
Oh man. Yep. Yep.
Just like,
Yeah.
permission to narc, sir.
Yeah. Yeah. I know who you were in high school.
Yeah,
You had mysterious gold stars for tattling, you little bitch.
yeah. Hey, how come they got another gold star? Yeah, fuck that. What a jerk. Imagine, I mean, because I've jogged when I've been sick for sure. The reason you call in sick is not because you can't work. The reason you call in sick is because you're going to get everybody else sick.
Right. You still need to like do your shit, which if that is a running, if you're a running person, running, whatever. But yeah.
Right. Yeah. Like,
Also don't knock. Like if somebody calls out sick from work and then like comes to work and robs your work, like still don't knock because like don't be like you're a knock.
yeah, don't narc. That should be like, that should actually, I need to like write a WordPress and then just make it just every question that pops up in Quora topic bosses, just make it say don't narc, period. And then hand clap emoji, don't narc.
Yeah.
Don't narc. So just every single thing, no matter what it is don't narc. Even though that doesn't make a lot of sense on some of these.
Yeah.
But even then, it's good to remind people, don't narc. What's the one question guys ask you about your work? These are awful questions.
Yeah, they're not great to bounce from, but I'm having a good time having a chat with you. How long have we been doing? We've reached an hour yet? Jesus
I think we're dead at an hour right now. I was actually thinking about that a little bit ago. We got hippos, we got bosses, we've talked about pigs, we've talked about all kinds of stuff. I think that is the way to do this one. It's just kind of worked out this weekend that during the week I had kind of expert guests on things and talked to them about real topics. And then yesterday and today talked to comedians. So it's just worked out that the weekends are for comics. So I think I'll continue that thread as long as I can, where it's just in the middle of the week.
Move back around to me as well as you're going through. I'd love to come back and do some silly stuff again.
Absolutely.
I might even come with some questions next time as well and whatever.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll hit you up in the group chat. I'm sure we could get the group chat on the whole like sourcing some Quora questions for a more less ridiculous questions filled episode.
It's okay. I liked it. I
Yeah,
had
me
fun.
too. I forgot to change the music.
I first
Damn it, fucking advertisements drive me crazy. I only had one song pulled up, so now I gotta pull up a different song. Okay, so now we can fade out with this. I say fade out.
Thank you for listening.
Yeah, thank you guys for listening, everybody. This is My Mind Hypnotic Tango. On the weekends, The Great Satan is more fun, and we don't have to talk about the specific ways in which American capitalist imperialism is destroying your life. So we can dance.
Just ignore the slow decline of the dystopia that you're currently living in and boogie.
Just for 2 days, drink a lot of extra water, and try to feel good about it for a second. Thanks again for being on, Nick. I'm Jason Fifi. This has been The Great Satan. Later, guys.